Welcome into another video on my channel where we go through and test all the weapons inside of Black Ops 6 to see how viable these weapons are for all of you to be using inside of the Zombies game mode. So if you're new to my channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications, as you're not going to want to miss out any future uploads from myself on Black Ops 6. Now in today's video, before we dive into anything review related, let's touch base on what is coming for Season 4. So here's the roadmap we've been given for Season 4. Lots of cool stuff coming in. Seems like this season is going to be full of events and limited time modes. We've got spawn room for zombies. We've got a super abomination challenge on Liberty Falls. And of course, the fan favorite, Grief, returns. So what is Grief mode? Well, for those of you OG zombie players, you remember this mode. It is players versus players inside of zombies. However, there is a little catch-22, as you cannot cause any direct damage to other players. So you can run a train of zombies over to them to cause problems. You can use shock charges to slow players down, affect mystery boxes and revives. All kinds of wonderful things and mechanics that we come back to know and love inside of the Grief mode. I am excited for this 100%. We get a brand new returning ammo mod. Shatter Blast is coming back for Season 4. Now let's show you the major and minor augments for Shatter Blast. So your big game, Shatter Blast can be used against elite enemies. Blast Chain on explosion. 3 additional explosions occur in rapid succession. That sounds really cool. Blast Repair. For every enemy that has its armor destroyed by Shatter Blast, armor health will be restored for the player. That sounds incredibly OP. Blast Zone, increase the size of the explosion. Blast Boost, increase the explosion damage. And Blast Wave, normal enemies are knocked down by the explosion. Pretty cool stuff for Shatter Blast. So I have 3 new gobblegums coming for Season 4, and the 3 new gobblegums are Explosive Flourish, which is an epic one. Reloading your weapon creates an explosion around you. Gobblegum lasts for 2 minutes. Flavor Hex, which is a legendary one, activates a random ultra gobblegum. And Rain Burps is a whimsical. Zombies killed belch sparkly rainbow bubbles. It lasts 3 minutes. Let me know what you think about these gobblegums down below. Now in today's video, we're going to dive in and check out an LMG that, with the addition of double tap, might just have made this the absolute meta for the Tomb boss fight. And this also came from a suggestion in the comments section, so thank you so very much for that. I truly appreciate that. So in today's video, we're going to dive in and check out the Fang LMG. We're going to be taking this from gray rarity through each and every damage output along the way, all the way up to maximum damage output. Once we've reached maximum damage output, we're going to dive in to the Tomb's boss fight and see how this Fang handles that Sentinel artifact. So if you're excited for today's video and you're excited for Season 4 release, let me know by smashing the like button on this video. And without further ado, let's dive into the Fang review video today. Welcome into today's video. Thank you so very much for tuning in. You all are smashing the support as we are now fast approaching 6,200 subscribers. Unbelievable. Thank you all for crushing it. So here we are looking at the Fang in the beautiful Dark Matter from multiplayer, and it comes in now at an incredible 232 on a crit shot. Like, what? That's insane damage. Yeah, 232. Just off the beginning at gray rarity. This is absolutely, definitely an increase. This is going to be incredibly good to be using. I'm excited to see what kind of damage numbers we're looking at. 232 at just gray rarity? I'm thoroughly blown away by that number. All right, so let's go ahead and take this to green rarity now. What kind of damage numbers are we looking at green? 348? Just by going to green rarity? This is absolutely incredible. At this point, I was actually genuinely curious to see if this might just upset my meta for the Tomb boss fight, which prior to this video was the AS Val. This might just actually remove the Val for the Tomb boss fight. This might just be the weapon to use. So let's go into the Dark Aether, and we're going to shoot the 5 rocks in the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's one more around the corner here. Let's hit that. There we go. Get our free Pack-a-Punch 1 crystal and Cryo Freeze ammo mod. So let's go ahead and pick up that PAP crystal and see what green Pack 1 damage gives us. 696. That is incredible. Holy. There's our shock mimic. No problem. 803 is the damage you're seeing because I got a free perk, which was deadshot daiquiri. So we've gone from 696 to 803 on green pack 1 by picking up deadshot daiquiri. So now we're at 803 on a crit shot at green pack 1. Let's push this to blue rarity now. Blue pack 1. Now we're doing the Easter egg. I'm going to the boss fight, so we're going to have to get that Staff of Ice. So let's go ahead and do these puzzles here and shoot the Roman numerals on Death Perception side, which is 1 through 8. And then we're going to complete that lockdown so we can pick up the Ice Staff Stick bit of it, as Archibald loves to call it. I think it's just awesome that they say that. And then we need to go over to the Deadshot Daiquiri side and get that lockdown done so that we can get the other part of the staff. And this Roman numeral puzzle is 1 through 10 in order, as you can see me shoot them on screen. So let's go ahead and get this puzzle activated, complete the lockdown so that we can pick up the Ice Staff second part that we need. There we go. That lockdown's done. Beautiful. Let's go pick up the Ice Staff head, and then we're going to go make our way into the Dark Aether to do our Ice Staff defense. And pro tip for the Ice Staff defense is to have energy mines. But before we go in, let's see what blue pack 1 gives us for crit damage. 1071. That is remarkable. 1071 crit damage at blue pack 1. That is unbelievable. All right, let's dive in and make this epic rarity now, pack 1. All right, so what we're going to do is the pro strat for the Ice Staff defense. I run energy mines, and you place one down here. I place the second one over here, right beside where I place the staff. We're going to go ahead and activate the Ice Staff defense, and then I'm going to leave the area. That's right. I'm not even going to hang around to defend the Ice Staff. So what I do to run the Ice Staff defense, and I wanted to show you kind of all of it in its entirety so you guys know how the strat works and can see, you know, the whole Ice Staff defense work this way. So what I do is I place my energy mines up there, and then I will run down here to the red portal and just stand in front of it and just dish out the damage to any of the zombies that are coming my way. And the energy mines are protecting the Ice Staff, so I don't have to be there to do that, which is awesome. And at Epic Pack 1, we're looking at 1,607 on a crit shot, so 1,607 on a crit shot at Epic Pack 1, which is just remarkable damage out. We got Pack 2 to go, Pack 3 to go, Legendary. This is going to be incredible by the time we get this to maximum damage output. I was already thoroughly impressed with this. Holy. Just like incredible damage output. Yeah, having no problems right here at all completing it. And you'll find right here the Ice Staff defense is done. And we've completed the Ice Staff without even having to be anywhere near the Ice Staff, which is awesome. So definitely I recommend running energy mines if you've struggled completing the Ice Staff defense step. Now that we have the Ice Staff, it is time to do the Ice Staff escort inside of the Dark Aether. And we're going to be doing this at Epic Rarity Pack 1 so that you guys can have a really good feel of whether or not this is something that fits your play style. This is a great opportunity to see how it handles some of the special zombies. We got shock mimics, we got doppelgas along the route as we're getting this escort done. And just make sure that you guys stick as a group. If you're playing solo, stick to the orb. If you're as a group, make sure everybody stays near this orb so you guys can complete the escort step. But you can see we're having no issues. We've already got rid of one shock mimic without much of a problem. Here's our doppelgas, which I had to quickly reload for. But again, not much of an issue with this at all. None. Just shred through the doppelgas like it wasn't even there. No problems whatsoever. Continuing to mow through the zombies without any issues at all. Another doppelgas spawned right in on top of us, and no problem, just shred them right there. Instantaneous death. Truly remarkable damage output with this. Now, I did try to build this build today a little bit more geared towards mobility and damage. So there may be a little bit more room to move as far as maybe possible recoil control, but I definitely felt like having an LMG that helps you be a little bit more mobile and dish out as much damage as possible was kind of my thought process on the build together for this. Now, in that the energy mines will stay here, they actually stuck around for me to come and do the staff upgrade step, which is absolutely amazing. 4 rounds later, the energy mines were still here in the Dark Aether, so that made easy work of finishing off the escort step at Epic Pack 1. Let's take this now to Legendary Pack 1 and see what kind of damage numbers this is going to provide for us. I was really intrigued to see the damage numbers at Legendary Pack 1. We're almost at 2,000 already. 2,143. That is absolutely remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. We do have deadshot. Don't forget that. We got that early from a free perk from one of the digs I dug up, so I wasn't going to say no to free perks, that's for sure. But definitely look at the damage. I mean, 2,088 at a little bit of a range, 2,167 up close. This is definitely something that you're going to be able to mow through the crowd of zombies with without a problem. I was really impressed with the damage output on this. Also, the build I have, I definitely didn't feel like a slug running around using this LMG today, which is awesome, because LMGs can feel a little bit slow and make you feel a little bit sluggish inside of Black Ops 6, so good to see that this is definitely something that can be, you know, mobile and you can use to, you know, move around the zombies, not much of a problem at all. But I mean, there's most of round 19, Epic Pack 1, no problems whatsoever. 2,143 crit damage. Alright, so Pack 2 Legendary gives us, for what damage are the numbers we're going to get? Let's see. 4,287? Are you kidding? At Pack 2 Legendary? Oh my goodness. Alright, so let's take advantage of the double points side Easter egg, which is just to the right of the green portal location, down here on those rocks where I shot it. Popped a decoy. We're going to go pick up the double points and make some of that money. Mow down the amalgam, which is not going to be much of a problem at all. You can already see the damage we're doing. I popped Tesla Storm as I switch field upgrades after the energy mine. And Tesla Storm to protect myself and just push through the zombies here with that double points and just make an absolute boatload of cash. But this just shreds. Like, we are just shredding here in round 21. No problems whatsoever at all. And I mean, at 4,200 plus damage per bullet with 150 rounds in a magazine, you can create absolute carnage with this. Definitely awesome damage output. Alright, so let's push this now to maximum damage. We got PAP 3 Legendary. What are we looking at? 1216 on armor? That's some good numbers. Those are typically what I see against the Sentinel Artifact. So 1216 against the Sentinel Artifact is going to be good. 8,500? What? 8,500 is your crit damage? What? 8,000? That's crazy. That is some really good damage numbers to see at max damage output. 8,000, that's incredible. 1216 is what I'm seeing consistently on the armor, which is what I'm thinking we're going to be seeing against that Sentinel Artifact. Now, the AS Val, I believe, was around 800 on the Sentinel Artifact, but its fire rate is just what absolutely shreds through the artifact. But this, with double tap still to come, is going to have an even faster fire rate, and with this damage numbers at 1216 on armor, this might do more damage per bullet than the AS Val. And with double tap, the fire rate on this is definitely going to be up there. So let's go ahead and grab the rest of our perks. Double tap first, see what it does for fire rate. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, this is definitely going to be something I am intrigued to get into the boss fight to see what this is like. So let's go ahead and grab the rest of our perks. We have all of our perks that we needed. We're at max damage output inside of Black Ops 6 Zombies. Let's take the Fang LMG inside of the Tombs boss fight and see how does this handle the Sentinel Artifact. Are we going to be able to crack it super quick? Are we going to be able to skip a step on the first half of the boss fight in the Tombs map? I'm really interested to see. So let's go ahead and get to our first damage phase here and see just how well does this Fang perform against the Sentinel Artifact. We're just about ready to drop one more charge shot to protect ourselves, and then we're going to lay in the damage on that Sentinel Artifact. So let's go ahead and put that charge shot down and get ready to shoot. 12:16. That is fast. That is very fast. That honestly might be as quick, if not quicker, than the AS Val. At this point, I was extremely impressed with the damage output on this Fang LMG. Holy smokes, that's incredible. Alright, so stage 2 of the first half of the boss fight. Can we crack both of these in one magazine and skip a step? That's one. Not even half a magazine, and we cracked both artifacts, skipping a step in the first half of the boss fight. I 100% think this is going to be my go-to weapon for this boss fight going forward. This seems to be faster than the AS Val. I mean, there's our final one cracked right there, and now we are on to the second half of the boss fight inside of the tomb, where we're going to be heading downstairs to take out our Sentinel Artifact Special Zombies. Let's see how we do with our first one here, which is just a zombie with the Sentinel Artifact in. Popped a decoy out, dropped a charge shot, dropped a second charge shot, and let's open up with the Fang and see how we do. Oh my goodness, look at that damage! Oh my goodness, that is incredible! Got to switch my field upgrades. I kind of forgot to put on Aether Shroud, so we'll do that now. Make sure you put Aether Shroud on before you get in here to the boss fight, so you don't have to burn a power keg like I did right there. Alright, so time for our second phase. Now, I hadn't done this Easter egg in a while. We've got Doppelgast, I believe, is what we got coming at us right now. So I was a little bit out of practice as far as the route to run down here, but definitely we were able to get it done. Just not as efficient as I've usually been able to complete this Easter egg solo. There's our Doppelgast coming in. How much health does he have got left? Just past halfway. Let's see. I'll push forward a bit. I'm pretty sure that with this, I don't even need to get them, like, the artifact out of these special zombies. I think I can just get them to low health, and then I should be able to shred through their health and the artifact with this LMG in no time whatsoever at all. And I think right here is where I lost my Doppelgast. Actually killed him with the charge shot and didn't find him. So, you know, in those situations, don't panic. It's just totally fine. It's just going to reset everything. You're just going to have a bunch of zombies spawned in, so deal with the zombie spawns. Clear out your crowd control. Make sure you're dropping fully charged shots, not non-charged shots, as that was, again, one of the issues I was having with this run today. There's a non-charged shot. PhD slider down here is just so helpful. Oh my goodness. So we got our Doppelgast here. He's at 3/4 health. I'm going to push forward a little bit. Drop a charge shot behind us. Well, he's right up on me. Holy smokes. Give me some space. Alright. We should be able to get a charge shot in here. There we go. Get another one here. And one more. Alright, now we should be able to shoot him right here. Aether Shroud. Let's crack that artifact. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is incredibly quick. That is insane how fast you can mow through that artifact. That is absolutely insane. Incredibly fast. Incredibly fast. Unbelievable. I'm literally blown away at how fast this was. Great suggestion, and I can see what you said in the comment section that you absolutely wrecked this boss fight using the Fang. 100%. This is truly incredible. Just trying to keep my distance from the crowd that is now spawned back in. Also need to go back into the middle at some point and pick up that max ammo. We have our Shock Mimic in now, coming after me with our Sentinel Artifact inside of the Shock Mimic. So we're just keeping an eye on that Shock Mimic's health, trying to get him down to low health so I can turn and burn through a charge shot and get that artifact cracked again with this Fang LMG. That is hitting incredibly hard. Like, holy smokes. Truly amazing the damage output that this has. Like, I was absolutely amazed. And that one is almost done. Let's put a charge shot down there. Should be able to get a charge shot here and maybe turn and get him. That wasn't even our elite. Hold up. That was the wrong one. Let's get the charge. Fully reloaded. Drop this down. Where is our elite? That's not the one we need. There we are. There's our Shock Mimic. He's almost dead. There's the artifact. We're in our charged shot, so we can stay protected. Let's get that crack nice and get the heck out of dodge. Woo, that was close. That was close. Almost lost quick revive right there. That was really close. All right, so now we're pushing through. We've got our last one, which is going to be the, what do we got? The amalgam is coming in last, and I'm feeling really good right now. I still got idolize, so I'm just going to wait for that amalgam to spawn in, and then we're going to pop idolize and knock this Easter egg out nice and quick. So there's idolize. We're going to turn around, and our first amalgam that I see is going to be our named one that we need to get rid of. So there's one charged shot on him, a second charged shot, put a third charged shot. Nope, that was not a charged shot. And then look at the health bar with the LMG just absolutely shred through our final elite and crack that artifact in like no time flat. Truly remarkable damage output. So the only thing left we have to do now to complete this tomb Easter egg is the make or break point, where we need to crack the artifact at this wall or it is game over. So at this point, I like to drop as many charge shots as I possibly can right here where I'm going to be standing to shoot that artifact to clear out any of the riffraff that are still running around, and then give myself enough protection to be able to fire shots into the Sentinel artifact. So let's see if we can finish this off right here. Look at that artifact health bar. Just look at it melt. That's incredible. 12, 16 crit damage against the Sentinel artifact is some of the strongest damage numbers I have seen against that Sentinel artifact. With double tap and the build that I used for today, you are going to be able to make easy work of the Sentinel artifact and this boss fight using this Fang LMG. Definitely give it a shot. I highly recommend you running this, and I'd love to hear your comments on it down below. As well, thank you everybody for tuning in. I genuinely do appreciate the support. Can't believe we are getting so close to 6,200 subscribers. Truly remarkable run. Thoughts and feelings on this Fang? It is definitely something that is going to be viable going forward 100%. This is the build that I put together for today's run. If you want to work together as a community down below to make any changes, let's go ahead and do that. Also, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to be subscribed, liking, and commenting on the videos, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.